Good day, collective. It's your girl, Sadie Rose, coming to you with today's word. There are two sets of laws that humanity at this point of time really has to consider and choose to follow. One law, one set of law, is all about fear, control, and illusions. The other set of laws is governed by love, freedom, and truth, as well as justice. Which set of laws do you observe? Today's word is the laws of God in the universe trump human laws. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. Real talk, y'all. I'm here to tell you there is an higher order. And I think the orbs are here to tell you the same. When I think of human law, human law is temporary. It's changing. It's affected by ego, by power, by perspective. But God's law and the universe's law is constant. It is infinite. And it is very much a divine order, a divine plan that has been set, y'all, so that no matter how you are, how we are as humans, whether we're at the best in our life or at the worst, the laws will stay the same. And as long as you know them, you can be set up for success. And you are put on notice that should you choose to not follow them, that you can expect certain things to happen. Regardless, those laws don't change. Human laws come and go. That's why you hear certain people say, I trust in God, I don't trust in humans. Because as humans, we, with whatever season we're in our life, things change and we are easily influenced by different forces. And so, like, the laws that we abide by, they definitely probably are not grounded in truth, justice, and alignment. Matter of fact, human laws, especially now, y'all, because, like, if I choose to abide by, the laws of the universe and God, the laws now that have been put into place, we all know that there is a 1% that has been driving the laws that are created here, and they are very much not stacked to be in our favor. And they are rooted in power, in fear. Creativity continues to wane, where rather than, encouraging creativity, that it's all about how can we all be the same and not be diverse. And it's all about how the external world should shape how, and the government should shape what you conform to and what you don't, versus you being a divine being that God has given the freedom and the choice to live a life that you choose, and that you should understand that, rely upon that, and build upon that to build and create a life that you choose and be empowered. It is quite the difference. If I always say, if God doesn't want to control me, why do you? And by you, I mean this world, the powers that be were. Why do they want to control us? Why do they want to limit us? Why do they want us to live a life of illusions? Why do they want us to be small when God wants us to be so big? It's because there is a higher order. The spiritual, these orbs, these plasmoids that, I want to tell y'all, not all plasmoids are good, but the spiritual world is, the veil is thinning, and you are able to see what I have always seen. And if you choose to follow the divine order, the higher order, the order that's constant and will always be even after you leave this avatar, if you want to know how to live your life, at least to understand if you make certain decisions, if you think certain things, if you live by certain codes, you can expect certain outcomes, then you really need to understand the laws of the universe. The law of oneness. That anything that you do, think to, or, set upon is going to affect the greater collective. So if things are happening that we don't like for example, this predatory healthcare. I watched a video the other day of, that came out, and it was talking about the polio vaccination and just like the COVID vaccination and cancer cells and how and how the lack of sunlight or the sun could activate them, y'all. What? Okay. Then we can choose to say, not our story, y'all. You hear me? Put in the chat. Even if you don't put in the chat, say it out loud. Not our story. We don't want it. The more of us understand, if enough of us decide we don't want something, that it will actually happen, then things will change. Not our story. Then the more powerful then we become. Also, the law of there's also the law of vibration. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. You are a ball of energy. Your emotions are going to have an effect. Anything you think about a person is going to have effect. So be careful what you're thinking about. It can have an effect on you. It can have an effect on others. When people talk about spell work and all that, y'all, you thinking negatively about someone is going to have a ripple effect because you are energy. If you go certain places and the vibration is lower and it's vibrating lower frequency, it's going to affect you. If you go somewhere and you're around positive people and it's positive, it's going to affect you. The law of vibration. The law of attraction. Y'all hear me say all the time. You're going to bring in what you are. You can't bring in something you aren't. So if you are, your emotions, your thoughts, your frequency are at a certain level, then you will start bringing in those things in your life. And if you are not at that frequency, then you can't bring in what you're saying that you are. So you have to have, your frequency has to be at whatever level for whatever you want to bring in. It's the law of cause and effect. This is about karma. Everybody, karma is so cliche, but karma is real. You gon' get what you give. That's one of my favorite things to say. You gon' get what you give. So be mindful of how you're treating people. Be mindful of how you're treating yourself. The energy definitely is going to be reciprocated in one way or the other. So if you mad and you like, I'm gonna do this to that, then that to this, okay? Understand that, appreciate that. Very, very, very real law of the universe. So if you do good, you gonna get good. Real talk, y'all. Then there's the law of polarity, and that's what I was talking about, the orbs. God, there are good and there are bad aliens. And some of the bad aliens might be posing like they God at one point or another, y'all. One thing I noticed about dark is that it likes to mimic light just enough to confuse people. Just so there's an up, there's a down, there's a dark, there's a light. That's the way the universe works. And it's very important that there is balance because of that. And if the balance is off, like how it is here, but it's shifting now, then we must work to get the balance back in order.